8.1
Stay safe. Street crime is often unplanned, so making yourself less of a target, moving with purpose, and being aware of your surroundings will go a long way to keeping you safe when you're out and about. Here are 8 important pieces of advice. 1. Be prepared. Always plan your route in advance. Carry a fully charged mobile phone and some cash and tell someone where you're going. 2. Be assertive. From the moment you step out onto the street in the morning, you need to look assertive and act and walk with confidence. This will always make you appear in control and you will seem much less vulnerable. 3. Be aware. Using a mobile phone, whether you're calling, messaging, or looking up information, reduces your awareness of your surroundings. So does listening to loud music on headphones or wearing a hooded jacket or sweatshirt. 4. Hide it. Keep your valuables hidden either in a bag or under your clothes. This includes your phone, other devices such as cameras or tablets, and jewelry. Remember, out of sight, out of mind. 5. Go against the flow. When you're walking on the pavement, always face towards the oncoming traffic. This will make it more difficult for thieves on 2 wheels to ride up from behind and snatch your bag. But don't forget to still be aware of anyone approaching from ahead of you. 6. Trust your instincts. At night, try to avoid walking alone in places such as parks and quiet side streets, or in fact in any area you don't know. If you do have to walk, keep to busy places where there is a lot of activity, good lighting, and CCTV. And if you're on public transport, it's much better to travel with people you know or stick to routes that other people are using. 7. Make a plan. Discuss with friends what to do if something were to go wrong on your night out together, for example, if you were to get separated. Agree on a backup plan and keep an eye on each other during the evening. And stick to what you've agreed. 8. Look out for trouble. Alcohol and drugs make it harder for you to assess risks and decide how to deal with them. So be careful how much you drink. And never let your glass or bottle out of your sight in case someone puts something into your drink. Stay safe.
8.2 1.
Burglar.
2.
Be burgled.
3.
Burglary.
4.
Break into.
5.
Steal.
8.3 Crime and punishment. 1. Crimes and criminals. 1. J.
Blackmail. Blackmailer. Blackmail.
2. M.
Bribery. Bribe.
3. E.
Burglary. Burglar. Break in. Burgle.
4. G.
Drug dealing. Drug dealer. Sell drugs.
5. L.
Fraud. Fraudster. Commit fraud.
6. F.
Hacking. Hacker. Hack.
7. C.
Hijacking. Hijacker. Hijack.
8. A.
Kidnapping. Kidnapper. Kidnap.
9. P.
Mugging. Mugger. Mug.
10. B.
Murder. Murderer. Murder.
11. D.
Rape. Rapist. Rape.
12. K.
Robbery. Robber. Rob.
13. H.
Smuggling. Smuggler. Smuggle.
14. Q.
Stalking. Stalker. Stalk.
15. N.
Terrorism. Terrorist. Set off bombs.
16. O.
Theft. Thief. Steal.
17. I.
Vandalism. Vandal. Vandalize.
8.4. 2. What happens to a criminal? The crime. 1.
Carl and Adam committed a crime. They robbed a large supermarket.
2.
The police investigated the crime.
3.
Carl and Adam were caught driving to the airport in a stolen car.
4.
They were arrested and taken to a police station.
5.
The police questioned them for 10 hours.
6.
Finally, they were charged with armed robbery.
The trial. 7.
2 months later, Carl and Adam appeared in court.
8.
They were accused of armed robbery and car theft.
9.
Witnesses told the court what they had seen or knew.
10.
The jury looked at and heard all the evidence.
11.
After 2 days, the jury reached their verdict.
12.
There was no proof that Adam had committed the crime.
13.
He was acquitted and allowed to go free.
14.
Carl was found guilty. His fingerprints were on the gun used in the robbery.
15.
The judge decided what Carl's punishment should be.
16.
He sentenced him to 10 years in prison.
8.5. A. Up.
Drugs. Judge. Mugger. Punishment. Smuggling. Tourist. Jury. You. Accuse.
B.
Fish. Guilty. Bird. Burglar. Murderer. Horse. Court. Fraud.
8.6. 1.
Luke was accused of smuggling drugs.
2,
Murderers must be punished, said the judge.
3,
The burglar is doing community service.
4,
The jury said he was guilty of fraud.
5,
The mugger was caught and taken to court.
8.7.
Police in Stockport are looking for a man who is said to be Britain's most polite armed robber. The robber always says please and thank you when he orders shop staff to give him money from the till. It is believed that he is a tall man in his early 40s and that he wears a mask and washing up gloves during the robberies. It is thought that he has robbed at least 4 shops in Stockport in recent weeks. D.I. Anderson from Greater Manchester Police has given a warning to the public.
He is reported to be polite to his victims, but there's nothing polite about armed robbery. Last week, this man used a knife to threaten shop staff, and they were terrified. Saying please and thank you doesn't change that.
8.8. 1,
The trial is being held at the moment.
Jim was arrested last month.
We saw that one of the windows had been broken.
People used to be imprisoned for stealing bread.
He paid a fine to avoid being sent to jail.
2,
People think he was murdered by his wife.
The body was discovered by a dog walker.
8.9. 1,
I've just had my bank account hacked.
We had our passports stolen from our hotel room.
Have you ever had your car vandalised?
2,
We've just had a burglar alarm installed.
You ought to have your locks changed.
We need to have the broken window repaired.
8.10. 1,
They say that the fire was started deliberately. It is said that the fire was started deliberately.
People think that the mayor will resign. It is thought that the mayor will resign.
2,
People say the man is in his 40s. The man is said to be in his 40s.
The police believe he has left the country. He is believed to have left the country.
8.11. Story 1.
And now some news for wine drinkers. It seems that red and white are no longer the only options. France finally has a wine to match all 3 of the colours on its national flag, as a new blue variety hits the shelves. Vindigo is a Chardonnay that gets its distinctive blue colour by being passed through red grape skins. The grape skins contain a natural dye found in blackcurrants, red cabbage and raspberries. The new wine is the responsibility of French entrepreneur René Lebel. He persuaded a company in Almeria in Spain to produce the wine after he was unable to convince anyone in France to become involved. Around 35,000 bottles of Vindigo are now on sale in the south of France, in the port city of Sète, for about €12 a bottle. In an interview with a French newspaper, Monsieur Lebel describes the wine as ideal for the summer. He says that it has aromas of cherry, blackberry and passion fruit and recommends drinking it on the beach or around the swimming pool.
Story 2.
And now for our last story today. A zoo in Egypt has denied painting a donkey with black stripes in order to make it look like a zebra. Egyptian student Mahmoud Sarhan, 18, was visiting the zoo in Cairo when he noticed the animal, which had strange-looking black stripes. Mr. Sarhan was suspicious and took a photo of the animal, which appeared to have strange black marks on its face, and posted it online. He later told the media, "I knew it was a donkey as soon as I saw it. I'm an artist. I know the different shape of a donkey and a zebra, so it was easy to tell the difference." After the image was shared on social media, it went viral. Egyptian news site extranews.tv approached a local vet who agreed to examine the photo. He pointed out that zebras usually have a black nose and mouth, whereas the animal in Mr. Sarhan's photo appears to be pale in this area. The vet added that authentic zebra stripes are usually straighter and clearer than those on the animal in Mr. Sarhan's photo. The local radio station contacted the zoo's director, Mohammed Sultan. However, he refused to admit that the animal was a donkey.
8.12 1.
Jack offered to drive me to the airport.
I promised not to tell anybody.
2.
Doctors advise us to do more exercise.
I persuaded my sister not to go out with George.
3.
I apologised for being so late.
The police accused Carl of stealing the car.
8.13
Accuse.
Admit.
Advise.
Agree.
Convince.
Deny.
Insist.
Invite.
Offer.
Order.
Persuade.
Promise.
Refuse.
Regret.
Remind.
Suggest.
Threaten.
8.14 1.
He offered to make some coffee.
2.
He refused to go.
3.
He agreed to help me.
4.
He promised to call me.
5.
He reminded me to lock the door.
6.
He advised me to buy a new car.
7.
He invited me to have dinner.
8.
He denied breaking the window.
9.
He admitted stealing the money.
10.
He regretted marrying Susan.
11.
He suggested going to a club.
12.
The police accused him of killing his boss.
8.15 1.
I didn't steal the wallet.
Deny. He denied stealing the wallet. 2.
I wish I hadn't bought a second-hand car.
Regret. She regretted buying a second-hand car. 3.
Of course I'll come with you.
Agree. He agreed to come with me. 4.
Why don't we go out for dinner?
Suggest. She suggested going out for dinner. 5.
Shall I open the window?
Offer. He offered to open the window. 6.
You should ask the teacher.
Advise. She advised me to ask the teacher. 8.16. The media. 1. The language of headlines. 1. D.
Prime Minister backs his Chancellor in latest scandal.
2. A.
Thousands of jobs axed by UK firms.
3. F.
Stock market hit by oil fears.
4. C.
Astronaut bids to be first man on Mars.
5. E.
Ministers clash over new car tax proposal.
6. H.
Bayern Munich boss vows to avenge defeat.
7. B.
Police quiz witness in murder trial.
8. G.
Actress rows with co-star over unfair pay.
8.17. 2. Journalists and people in the media. 1.
Critic.
2.
Commentator.
3.
Reporter.
4.
Editor.
5.
Presenter.
6.
Freelance journalist.
7.
Newsreader.
8.
Paparazzi.
9.
Agony aunt.
8.18. 3. Adjectives to describe the media. 1. D.
The reporting in the paper was very sensational.
2. E.
The news on Channel 12 is really biased.
3. B.
I think The Observer is the most objective of the Sunday papers.
4. A.
The film review was quite accurate.
5. C.
I think the report was censored.
8.19. 1.
Is there anyone you often have arguments with?
I suppose I often have arguments with my sister, and that is mostly about, who's going to clean the dishes, whose turn is it to bring out the trash, who's going to get the toilet paper next, things like that.
Who usually wins the argument?
Depends on who's more awake at the time. They usually win the arguments.
2.
Have you ever acted in a play or a film?
I have acted in both plays and films, actually. That's my profession. I'm an actor.
What was your most recent play?
Okay, so my most recent play was called A Woman's Worth, where I played Jada, who is a wedding planner whose fiancé just refuses to make the commitment and actually get married to her.
Did you enjoy the experience?
I did enjoy the experience. I got a chance to perform in front of my friends and my family and my boyfriend, so that was really cool.
3.
Have you ever witnessed a crime?
I've witnessed someone being sort of mugged in the street. So having their, threatened unless they didn't hand over their mobile phone and wallet.
What happened?
In the end, the culprit ran off with what he'd sort of taken and left the individual just shocked and, a bit helpless. And then I think by the time police did come, it was sort of too late.
4.
Where do you get your news from?
I read most of my news online or on my phone, and I do use newspaper apps, but I'm ashamed to say that a lot of my news does also come through social media.
What kind of news are you most interested in?
I'm interested in politics, sports, and really most news. I studied journalism, so I have an interest in it.
Do you mostly believe what you hear or read in the news?
No, I don't believe anything I read in the news. And I think you have to filter everything you read through the organisation that it comes from, because every media outlet has some kind of bias.